Let me ask you something straight to your face. Why do you think the smartest people in the room always seem quiet? Why do they smile when others overshare? Why do they move like shadows while others chase spotlights? Because intelligence is not just about how loud you speak, how much you know, or how clever you sound. It's about what you protect. The world is full of eyes waiting to study you. It's full of ears itching to hear your weaknesses, and mouths ready to twist your truths into weapons. So the intelligent don't feed it. They don't spill their soul just to feel understood. They don't expose their moves just to feel admired. They don't display their pain just to feel sympathy. They guard three things: ruthlessly, relentlessly, and with full intention. When an intelligent person sets a goal, it becomes a sacred contract between them and their future. It's not a topic for small talk. It's not a headline for social media. It's not a debate open for public opinion. Because goals, in their early stages, are fragile. They are still forming, still shaping, still stretching themselves into the light. And when you speak of them too soon, you open the door for energy that doesn't belong: doubt, jealousy, projection, mockery. Intelligent people know the value of protecting the seed before it becomes the tree. There's a deep understanding that most people don't actually want to see you rise. They want access to your process without respecting your struggle. They'll smile while they listen, but internally, they're calculating. They're measuring your ambition against their own insecurities. And the moment they feel threatened, they start planting subtle seeds of resistance. That's too big. Are you sure? What if it doesn't work? Intelligent minds recognize that sharing goals with the wrong audience can be like watering your dreams with poison. There is also a psychological toll in constantly voicing your ambitions. When you speak too often about what you're going to do, your brain tricks you into thinking you've already done it. You feel the pride of achievement before any real work begins. And that false reward drains your discipline. Intelligent individuals choose instead to delay gratification. They speak through action, through output, through results. They don't need applause to stay focused. They need progress. When someone shares their goals too freely, they invite distractions. Opinions begin to pull them in different directions. The vision becomes cluttered with the voices of others. Every suggestion becomes a detour. Every judgment becomes a weight. But the intelligent move in clarity. They understand that a goal kept private is a goal protected. It can grow without interference. It can evolve in silence. It can become something powerful without ever needing validation along the way. The smartest minds understand the principle of energetic containment. The more you leak your energy talking about what you will do, the less you have left to actually do it. Words cost energy. Conversations cost focus. Explaining costs time. So they preserve their strength by keeping their vision tight and their words few. They don't owe the world an explanation for why they're grinding in silence. They just trust that when the time comes, their results will be undeniable. Keeping a goal private also builds discipline. It becomes something that belongs solely to you, an inner mission you wake up to daily. You become more accountable to yourself and less dependent on others to push or praise you. That solitude sharpens you. That silence builds pressure, and pressure, when contained, creates diamonds. Intelligent people don't fear the quiet of private progress. They embrace it. It's where their transformation is forged. They are also strategic with timing. They know there's a moment to speak and a moment to stay silent. Premature announcements can create pressure that kills momentum. Not because you aren't capable, but because now you're performing instead of building. The world starts watching before the foundation is stable. The intelligent don't invite eyes to a house that isn't ready. They build the frame, pour the concrete, test the structure. Then they open the door. People often share their goals as a way to feel supported, but not every smile is sincere. Not every cheer is rooted in hope. Some people wait for you to fail so they can feel justified in their own inaction. That's why intelligent people move differently. They treat their vision like a blueprint only they can read. And even when others ask, they respond with mystery, not detail. Because they know the more invisible the plan, the harder it is to attack. Privacy gives them space to pivot. Not every goal unfolds exactly as imagined. But when it's kept private, there's room to shift without shame. You can evolve your path without the noise of onlookers. You can fail in peace, adjust in silence, and return stronger, without anyone knowing you stumbled. That kind of freedom only exists when your journey is yours alone. And the intelligent value that freedom more than fleeting attention. They've learned that success built in silence is more powerful than 1,000 empty conversations. It doesn't seek approval. It commands respect. And in a world obsessed with oversharing, those who guard their goals stand apart. Not out of secrecy, but out of strength. Because they know the more sacred the mission, the fewer people should know it exists. There is a quiet kind of strength in the person who keeps their personal life behind closed doors. Not because they are hiding, but because they are protecting something that matters. Intelligent people understand that the more others know about who you love, what you struggle with, who betrayed you, or what keeps you up at night, the more ammunition they have to influence, judge, or manipulate you. Privacy isn't secrecy, it's strategy. When your life is constantly on display, it becomes harder to differentiate between genuine connection and curiosity masked as concern. Those who are intelligent in the emotional sense know that vulnerability is sacred and should only be offered to those who have earned it. Oversharing with people who haven't proven their loyalty is like handing someone a loaded weapon and hoping they don't pull the trigger. The details of your romantic relationships, family conflicts, personal insecurities, and inner healing are not for the public to dissect. They are for the small circle of those who truly care, who listen without judgment, and who support without agenda. People are often quick to put their relationships on display, to broadcast every high and low, every kiss and every fight. But the intelligent see through the illusion. They know that external validation is a shallow substitute for internal stability. The more you try to convince others that you're happy, the more likely you're hiding pain. True love, true peace, true growth, those things don't scream for attention. They exist quietly, rooted deeply, needing no applause to validate their worth. When your personal life is exposed, you open yourself up to unnecessary noise, unsolicited advice, judgment from people who don't understand the full story, gossip disguised as concern, and opinions that have no place influencing your choices. Intelligent people don't let outsiders sit at the table where their life decisions are being made. They know the price of letting too many voices into intimate spaces, and they choose silence over spectacle every time. There's also a power in being misunderstood, in letting people assume what they want, because those assumptions have no power over you when you've made peace with yourself. Intelligent people don't waste energy correcting rumors or defending their private decisions. They allow people to talk, to speculate, to guess. Meanwhile, they live in peace. The less people know, the less they can control, and the more power you retain to steer your life without interference. When betrayal happens, and it inevitably will, those who were quiet about their private matters suffer less. Why? Because they didn't give others the blueprint to hurt them. No one knew what buttons to press. No one knew the whole story. Intelligent people learn from every wound. They become more selective, more guarded, not out of fear, but out of wisdom. Not everyone deserves access to your inner world, and those who do, never have to be asked to respect it. They just do. There's also immense emotional freedom in privacy. When your personal life isn't up for public consumption, you are free to grow without pressure. You can change your mind, heal from past pain, walk away from toxic dynamics, or reinvent your identity without the burden of explanation. Intelligent people evolve in the dark, so that when they emerge, they are not recognized by who they used to be, but respected for who they chose to become. Jealousy is another reason intelligent people keep things close to the chest. People may act supportive, but not all hearts can genuinely celebrate your joy. Some only smile at your wins because they expect to benefit. Others only show up when you're down because it makes them feel superior. Intelligent people observe closely and speak rarely. They build a life that is rich, meaningful, and protected, not for show but for soul. Even within relationships, intelligent people understand the value of mystery. They don't feel the need to broadcast every loving moment, every romantic gesture, every conflict or reconciliation. Love, to them, is not a performance. It is a private commitment, an unfolding that requires silence to deepen. When your bond is not constantly on display, it has the space to grow stronger without needing constant validation. It becomes yours, not the world's. Ultimately, your personal life is your sanctuary, and the intelligent don't allow their sanctuary to be invaded by every passerby. They treat it like sacred ground. They don't announce when they're in love, when they're in pain, or when they're transforming. They move quietly, love deeply, hurt privately, and heal silently, because they know that the most powerful lives are the ones built quietly, brick by brick, behind closed doors, and away from the eyes of those who could never understand the weight of what they carry. There's a certain kind of presence that doesn't announce itself, and that's exactly how intelligent people handle their next move. They don't feel the need to lay out their plans for the world to see, because they understand the importance of strategic silence. In a world addicted to immediate updates and constant sharing, choosing to hold your next move close to your chest is not just wise, it's powerful. It creates an atmosphere of unpredictability, and with unpredictability comes control. When others don't know what's coming next, they can't prepare for it, block it, or sabotage it. When intelligent individuals are working towards something significant, a business venture, a career shift, a personal breakthrough, they do so with minimal external noise. They know that attention too early can invite distractions, comparisons, and envy. There is a discipline in keeping things private until they are ready to be revealed. It's not about secrecy for the sake of mystery, but about protecting the process from outside energy that could disrupt the internal focus. What's being built in silence often has a far stronger foundation than what's displayed too soon. People underestimate how much momentum is lost when you start talking about what you're going to do instead of simply doing it. Speaking gives you a premature sense of accomplishment. You feel validated just for saying it, and that validation can sometimes be enough to kill your drive. Intelligent people recognize this psychological trap. They reserve their energy for execution, not explanation. They don't need recognition in the planning phase. They only care about impact at the finish line. Additionally, by keeping their next move to themselves, they avoid unsolicited opinions and unnecessary doubt. The more people you tell, the more noise you have to navigate. People will question your logic, project their fears onto you, and push their own insecurities into your space. And even when intentions are good, not every comment is helpful. Intelligent people don't crowdsource confidence. They trust their vision, move forward quietly, and surround themselves with those who understand the value of discretion. There's also an advantage in the element of surprise. When your next move is unpredictable, you shift the dynamic. People can't compete with what they can't see. They can't copy what they don't know, and they can't interfere with a plan they aren't aware exists. Intelligent individuals don't broadcast. They operate like chess players, thinking 10 moves ahead and revealing nothing until it's too late for anyone to respond. Their silence isn't a void, it's a calculated weapon. Moving in silence also gives them the freedom to fail in peace. Every plan doesn't always go the way it's intended, and when your moves are public, so are your setbacks. Intelligent people know that not every experiment has to be witnessed. When something doesn't work out, they recalibrate quietly, without the added pressure of public judgment. This kind of autonomy is crucial to growth. It allows space to stumble without shame and to rise again without explanation. Even the act of preparation becomes more effective when it's done privately. Whether it's upskilling, training, researching, or building something new, progress happens faster when it's focused and uninterrupted. Intelligent people respect the sacredness of the preparation phase. They guard it fiercely, knowing that the time they spend developing in private sets the tone for everything that will follow. They aren't concerned with showing off the grind. They're preparing for the reveal. There's a calm confidence in someone who doesn't feel the need to announce their intentions. That calm is intimidating because it signals strength. While others are busy seeking validation through attention, the intelligent are building something solid. They don't chase applause. They expect it after the results are undeniable. This creates a powerful presence. People sense that something is happening, even if they can't see what it is. That aura of discipline and intentionality speaks louder than words ever could. Those who are always talking about what they're going to do often get stuck in a cycle of performance rather than execution. Intelligent individuals refuse to fall into that trap. They understand the long game. They prioritize clarity over attention, impact over hype, and movement over noise. They act with precision and patience, allowing their work to speak for them when the time is right. And that patience is often misunderstood as passivity, but it's actually deliberate restraint, an armor built from self-trust. To the intelligent, their next move is sacred. It's a part of their identity that is still in motion, still forming, still rising. And because they respect it so deeply, they protect it from being diluted by the outside world. Their silence is not absence. It is presence in its most focused form. They don't whisper about what's coming next because they're too busy becoming it. Every decision, every step, every adjustment is made behind the curtain, until the moment it's ready to be revealed in full, undeniable force.